What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? How is it going? Gonna play some more Raid tonight. We are gonna try to progress on a free-to-play account. It's kind of weird to say that because it's like obviously I'm sure there's plenty of players, so it's not even. I didn't know what to call it. I guess it's technically not like a challenge. It's more of a. It's a challenge for me in the sense that I already have a main account that I've spent money on, and I was willing to at least put some money into the game because I was enjoying it so much. But I figured I wanted to kind of experience from the pure free-to-play aspect because for a couple of reasons. One, just to know what they're going through, and so when I am talking about the game, if it's something that I can say is a positive thing about the game. I feel like it is. I feel like they do a pretty good job at the free-to-play aspect of it, but without experiencing it for myself, it's hard to really, get behind that statement. So, the other thing is, it's just, let's see how far we can get. It's obviously if we happen to open up some lucky champion that happens to be really good, then that's going to help, or maybe we'll get completely unlucky. Who knows? As you can see, so we just got our day 2 reward. I created this account actually a couple of days ago with the intentions of doing this, so we already have the day 1 reward. So of course, whenever a new player begins the game, this is one of the first things that they do get, a full lifesteal set, as well as Shaman, who's a epic champion, and honestly pretty good. She is pretty good for arena specifically. So what is this? This is old, right? Yeah, okay, this is old news. So alright, so I'm only level 2. I'll hit a wall with my head soon. Yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. We'll see. No, it's if anything, obviously I could just go back to my main account if it's really that frustrating and that infuriating. But I don't think that's going to be the case, and we'll see. Now, again, my main account, as I'm doing this right now, it's level 49. I'm actually just about level 50. So I like to think I have some decent experience with the game and some progress. I've learned a lot of things along the way, so I'm going to also use that information that I've learned to help me progress on my free-to-play account. And hopefully for those that may be free-to-play players yourselves, this could also be a tutorial of sorts in terms of what you should be looking for when you do create a set account for this game with the intentions of at least not spending money initially. Down the line, if you really are enjoying it, of course, that's up to you. But at least initially, how it works. So here we go. This is again, I literally just started. So when you do first start an account, there's this kind of mini tutorial that takes place. It's pretty it's pretty good tutorial. It gives you an idea of what to expect in the game. Kinda. I will say then there are other things to the game, though, that I do wish it was pretty clear about for when I first started playing. So I'm going to do my part here to obviously take advantage of these things, as well as let you guys know. Really, these 3 buttons down here are very important. The missions, the quests, and the challenges are very, very important, as well as this timer over here. This is the daily timer. Every time you log in every single day, every single interval of specific minutes, you get a reward. Up to 2 hours total play. Really, an hour worth of play gets you a fair amount, honestly. This is pretty important, the energy specifically, because that's a whole set of more energy that you get to take advantage of. So if you can help it, even if it just means sitting AFK in town, honestly, getting at least to the hour mark, I would highly recommend trying to make that at least a daily thing, if at all possible. If it's not, it's not the end of the world. But that is one thing that you're going to be looking for. As I mentioned, these 3 buttons down here are also very important. And as you also notice, it's telling me about my mission. So missions are something that are going to progress throughout the game. And personally, I'm not even to this sacred shard yet. I haven't actually even made it to this second what's essentially 150.0 to 76. Really? It's 0 to 76 now? Interesting. Anyways, I haven't even made it to this, so it can take a while. But making a point to progress along missions, because these rewards are nice and all, but honestly the rewards you get for a lot of these missions individually are pretty damn good in themselves. You even look at something like this artifact mission right here, it's 50 energy that you're getting as well as 5,000 silver. So it's also pretty important to do these as soon as possible, because if you're like me, on my main account, I actually didn't even really pay attention to these, and before I knew it, I'm already in Brutal on the campaign, and it has you go back and do normal campaign missions, and it felt like a waste of energy, frankly. And if you do it that much later on, it kind of is going to be in a lot of ways. So trying to make sure you're paying attention to these. Sorry, I just got a notification. What the hell is this? Anyways, trying to make sure you're paying attention to these along your progress is pretty important. So the first things are clear Stage 7 of Kirok Castle on normal. I believe that that's essentially clear the first. It's a pretty simple one. You pretty much after you clear the first act, you'll get this reward, and then from there it starts to pick up as far as a little more unique things. So yeah, that's a big thing to constantly be looking out for. This free rewards available. I guess this is honestly a new thing. I don't remember getting this on my main account, but yes, I guess like an initial download that you do. Some resources it downloads. It actually gives you some pretty cool things. A couple of offensive artifacts and then some experience brews. So that's not bad. All right, that's already a decent start. Quests. These are something you're going to be looking at every time you log in, mainly for the daily quests. Ideally, you'll be able to accomplish the daily quests every day you can play, because not only are they okay individual rewards, but on top of that, you get the big rewards for doing all, in this case, all 4 of them right now. The 10 gems as well as some experience. So then there are some weekly rewards that ultimately can get you the Ancient Shard, and then even monthly, which gets you the Sacred Shard. And the big one for this is that you need to do the daily. You need to complete the daily quest 30 times, so basically a full month's worth, and then you will be able to collect your Sacred Shard. Obviously, there's other things to this, but honestly, again, I haven't played a pure free-to-play account, but I figure by the time 30 days has passed, ideally, I should have these things accomplished, all these other things. I can't say for certain, but we are going to find out along the way. And then there is this achievements one off the bat, too. These are all very simple ones that you'll get initially. It's such as change your name, connect your account to a Plarium ID. Obviously, I've already done a couple of these. In fact, there you go. I'm already leveled up. So there's 5 gems. There's some more max energy, which is important. So, you know, off the bat, they give you quite a lot, as you can already see, to take advantage of. Lock a champion, unlock a champion, and connect your account to Facebook. So these are all very easy. The connecting my account to Facebook, I might need to create another Facebook account for that. That's actually kind of interesting. So we'll see if I can get this one done. Maybe not. It is 50,000 silver. That's quite a lot. But so lock a champion, unlock a champion. Let's just go do that real quickly. In fact, if you click the go button, I could just do that. You click the go button, it takes you to the spot where you need to do that. So to lock a champion, you just hit this button, unlock, boom, we're good. So we just completed those two. Look at that, a couple of clicks, and all of a sudden we're now level 4. We just got 40,000 silver, some more XP there. So yeah, it's like I said, they got a lot of easier things early on. Again, I'm not going to do this one, but this one's obviously should be pretty easy for you as well. I don't have a second Facebook account right now. I did connect on my main one, but won't worry about that for now. But yeah, so worrying about the dailies is important, and then the final thing are these challenges. Now, the challenges are something that's going to happen, obviously, as you develop your account. There's 4 different categories. I recommend trying to keep attention to 3 of them. That's champions, dungeons, and arena. Artifacts, I would not stress on too much, and I think this is a general consensus. Several people that I've talked to. The artifacts challenge is frankly not that good, because it seems like a waste of time, because a lot of them are very specific things. Like these. The initial page isn't too bad. It's just win 5 gauntlets from clearing stage 4. You know, so just run the stage 5 times, and ideally you get 5 gauntlets. You know, these ones aren't bad, but I think after this is where it starts to get pretty bad, because it'll have you collect very specific stat gear on said difficulty, on said stage, and you know, this is something that could take tons of energy as a result. It's just not worth it. So keeping an eye on the Champions tab, the Dungeons tab, as well as the Arena tab, I would recommend for very early on. Now, the challenges themselves, when you first start creating your account, you may not necessarily pay too much attention to this. But as you already see here, you know, off the bat, you summoned a magic champion, because that's just part of the tutorial even, so that one's already done. A lot of these things will kind of just happen naturally, but also just paying attention to if there's like a red dot next to these, that means there's like a notification or an update in said tab. So make a point of that. Be like, oh, hey, I completed a challenge, then you can go to it and actually complete it to collect your reward. One other cool thing is they do give you a free mystery shard every day, every 24-hour period, I should say, as well as an ancient shard will appear every week, every 7 days. So keep an eye on that, but every time you log in each day, you know, looking for this mystery shard, as well as then the ancient shard that appears every 7 days. And then there's also this tab, especially for the newer players, it's very important. There will be progression rewards, so every time you hit a increments of levels, you'll be getting a bonus reward. So, you know, it gets pretty decent as you move on. All the way to if you happen to reach level 60, a Sacred Shard, of course, that's way down the line. But again, it's nothing crazy good. It's just remembering that these exist to help you out along the journey. New player rewards, this is what I was talking about. Oh, I actually did get day 3 as well. Interesting. So it, I guess it was somewhat retroactive, unless, or maybe I was logged in right as the day switched over. That's actually very possible. I might have got lucky there. Point is, every single day you'll be able to collect a new piece of lifesteal gear initially. And then I think there's a second one after this as well for Jizzo. Is that his name? It's kind of a weird name. It's, I forget what the set is. I think it might be counterattack set for him. Anyways, you know, it could potentially be okay gear. And then the champions themselves are decent. Both Shaman and Jizzo are both specifically in arena decent champions, and that can help you grind some arena points and to help you out there. So looking for that. And then the daily login rewards. This is also really good in my opinion. This is like one of the biggest things. Every time you log in, you'll get a specific reward each day, and then when it completes the week, you get the big rewards. You know, 500 energy after a week. That's pretty ridiculous, honestly. All the way up to after week 5, you know, you get that Sacred Shard. So, you know, I keep repeating myself here, but again, you take a look. There really are a lot of ways to earn plenty of things early on. So. I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right now. My energy is looking really good. In fact, we can already... Yeah, the day must have switched over because I just collected this again. So that's kind of good and bad for me right there. I guess it switches over at 8 p.m. Eastern or something. That's what I'm doing this. Sacred Shard, which gives you trashy epics. Yeah, it's possible. You know, you never know. That's the thing with the shards. It is random there. The snooze tab is kind of annoying to me, so the fact that it's like got a red marker on it wants me to read these, so I'm just going to get these out of the way real quickly, and then we'll be able to advance on. Okay, so there you go. From here on out, it's just let's go ahead and open up a couple of our mystery shards, might as well. See what we get to maybe help us out here and help complete our team as we move forward in the campaign. All right, we got a Frost Skin. That's a 2-star. That's actually a decent star. I'll take it. Freeze debuff, fully depletes target's ally's turn meter, heals that ally. Oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, it takes away their turn meter, but it heals them. All right. And then what else do we get? Another 2-star? Oh, it's a 1-star. Oh, see, then these will pop up to let you know when you finish, like, a challenge, I believe, specifically, or even a quest, whatever. Defense champion, interesting. So, yeah, again, like I was saying earlier, just keep an eye on this. Claim, there's 5,000 silver. Booyah. Why not? So our champions early on, we did choose to go with Kale. If you've watched my Hero Spotlight, which you can find on my YouTube channel as well, if you're watching this, you can head on over to that. I do have a Kale Hero Spot, or Champion Spotlight, excuse me. Hero Champion, whatever you want to call them. I think they're technically champions here. I consider him, of the 4 initially, I do consider him the best. That's something that's... I don't think there's really a wrong decision of the 4, but I've personally had the greatest success with Kale, and I know that there's others that I've talked to that believe the same as well. So you don't have to go with Kale, but that's one I would recommend for your starting character as well, especially for free-to-play, because, again, he really can do it all. He's going to progress you through campaign. He's going to help you out in arena quite a bit early on. He's going to be a fantastic clan boss tool all the way even to the later game, etc. In fact, funny story, I say this, on my main account, I actually selected Gallic As, yeah, Caravandal in my chat, he apparently did the same thing. I selected Gallic because he was a badass orc, and I was like, this guy looks cool. I think he's good. Now, I mean, he's decent. He's not bad, but it's just, I was lucky I got Kale and from a Shard pretty early on in my progression. Because if I didn't, things would be a little bit different right now, I feel like. So I was happy I got Kale early. I happened to get pretty lucky with that in a Shard, and thus I started leveling him up, and he became my main focus until I got my Relic Keeper, which is, you know, a whole other story. All right, so here's our team. We do have some artifacts. So yeah, let's go ahead and deck out. This is something pretty important as well. You want to make sure that to take advantage of the gear that you have. Even though, you know, we don't have a full lifesteal set yet, put the gear on. You know, it's not like you might as well have something decent there than nothing, right? So, in fact, I'm also going to, do I put this on instead of the, yeah, I definitely put this on just for that little bit of extra life. It doesn't make sense. So, I'm going to put the attack on. I could, in fact, remove this from him and put the life set on her for now. I think I'm just going to do that for now, just to help tank her up a little bit more. So we're going to do that, so she's a little bit tankier. But yeah, making sure you're making use of your artifacts is I highly stress that. It's very important. Let's take advantage of this early silver that we have as well. Let's get everything to level 4. I think that's a good starting point, getting everything to level 4 off the bat as far as your artifacts go, because there's the biggest benefit to this is that it's guaranteed. You only need to press the button 4 times, and you're good to go. And I think in total it costs, what, like 4,000 silver, if that? So you're spending 4,000 silver to upgrade it to level 4. I have 265,000 silver right now. That's nothing. And you're increasing your stats by that much more. You get the bonus substat as a result, the buffed up substat. So it's very, very worth it. In fact, I think you could argue you could even try to go to level 8. I don't think that's that necessary this early on. We'll stay with level 4 for now. But I don't think going level 8 is necessarily a bad option either. In fact, if the item has really good stats, like honestly these gloves being attack focused, they have crit rate, secondary accuracy. These gloves are actually pretty good. Like these I actually would not mind going to 8. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go for that on these gloves. Buff up his attack that much more. Like these are gloves I could see using honestly for a while. I happen to get a decent stat here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it is random in terms of this initial gear that you get. It's not like, meaning it's not going to be the same stat for everyone. I'm pretty sure it's going to be it's random with the sub-stats as well as the main stat. So, you know, keep that in mind. Accuracy is very good for Kale. HP percent, attack percentage, these are decent for him as well. So same thing here. I'm going to level this up to level 8 because these are really good stats for him. What's up, Fet's chart? How's it going? Doing our free-to-play account. What's up, Kogrash? Doing kind of a... I guess I'm doing kind of a tutorial along the way as well. Trying to... More so giving you some commentating of what I'm thinking, at least, as I'm progressing my free-to-play account. The intention of maybe I'll release this or post this on my YouTube channel as well as a content piece for, you know, players that are interested in getting into the game as a free-to-play player, and wondering, you know, what makes the most sense to how to play it, at least early on. Yeah, accuracy for kills. That was actually a really good start. Do you use a referral link for me? I did not. See, that was one thing. Honestly, I was trying to do it, but I couldn't get it to work, so I kind of just gave up on it. But that is one thing I would recommend if you happen to be playing a new account. Ideally, get a hookup from somebody. You know, just post on the, I don't know, go to the Discord and ask if anyone has a referral that you can use, something like that. I have referrals myself. Now that I'm saying that, I actually have a referral myself, as I put it in my Twitch channel. I will post it on my YouTube video description as well. You have to click it on your phone, I believe, to make it work. But If you do that, then ideally you both get benefit. I would get a benefit as well as then the new account would. Every 10 levels, I think you get like a bonus on top of that. So, all right, so we got those to level 8. Honestly, the boots weren't that great, so I don't know why I did those level 8. The defense percentage is kind of meh, but oh well. It works. I think we're good. Our kills buff. 2,700 power, just about. Not bad. We're not going to worry about buffing these. You know what? I did say get them to level 4. Let's just get this one to level 4 at least. Referring myself didn't work. Yeah, I don't know if it's... Like, I'm sure there's a way to do it. I have heard that the referral system right now is a little buggy, though. So I think that might be more it than anything. Resistance, man. Okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, see, remember, keep an eye on the quests. So, yeah, everything reset. That's so weird. So we have to summon another champion. We get the chance. We're going to use 50 energy and beat 3 campaign bosses. So we'll be able to do this once we get to the end of Act 1. So I guess I really just learned something new there. At 8 p.m. Eastern, that's the time zone I happen to be in, but it looks like at 8 p.m. Eastern is when the dailies reset. So keep an eye on that time, whatever time that may be for you. Because that's when the dailies are going to reset, so making sure you have the previous days done, and then when they do reset, you can start getting them done ASAP. All right, so let's go ahead and go into a campaign. So we got to defeat, this is Act 3. Something tells me this is going to be pretty easy. We are buffed on our Kale quite a bit. And lifesteal set for kill is actually really good too. I would highly recommend doing auto as most times too. It's, you know, this is the only time I recommend actually controlling the characters is one, if for some reason the auto loses, then, you know, maybe taking over and seeing what he can do differently. Or two is on arenas, a definitely big one, and then on the later dungeons and sometimes clan boss. Depending on your makeup and stuff, so. All right, so got a oh, I just did replay. I'm so used to hitting replay. I've been leveling up so much lately. So that's what you don't want to do. Ideally, I would have progressed to the next act, but I accidentally hit replay. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you do want to keep your progress going in the campaign to benefit the most. Who knows, maybe we'll get a 3-star rare shield here. That'd be cool. All right. Oh, I leveled up. And we got a 3-star shield, funny enough. But all right, so let's go to next. Let's just keep this going again. This is very easy. So obviously I do have an artifact buff now for my sniper, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'll just keep this going. I'll be able to defeat this act pretty easily. I'm pretty sure. And then we can focus on buffing up our champions. I'm not exactly sure when it gets to, because you start out with just being able to play with 2. I think it's each act you can progress another champion. Obviously the max is 4 total, but it's been a while since I've. Oh, we got a new champ. Oh, we got a Crusader. Crusader's actually pretty good. He has a 2-time normal attack, and then he also does the rally attack, which gets somebody else in a squad to attack with him, and that's really good with Kale, actually. So I would actually rather run him as there's another level up. See, it just keeps happening, man. Wow, there's a lot of rewards, actually. Holy crap. Nice. You know, we're gonna edit the team. We're gonna throw him in. And oh, I guess okay. Well, we'll throw him in with her. That's even better. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. You know, obviously, if you're not really that experienced with the game at all, it's not going to be as easy. But trying to pay attention to some synergy. One big thing to keep an eye on is, and something that I definitely overlooked for the longest time. Each character, each champion does have an element that they're based around. There's the 4 elements in this case. There's magic, which is blue, forest, which is red, spirit, which is green, and void, which is the purple triangle. The Void one is just, there's no weaknesses, but there's no buffs. It's just simply normal against everything, both defense and offense. Magic is powerful against Spirit, but weak against Force. So blue is powerful against green, but weak against red. Red is powerful against blue, but weak against green. And green is powerful against red, weak against blue. So there's that triangle. I'll highlight it when we finish this stage here. That shows up every time you go into a campaign or a dungeon fight or whatever, just to remind you, in case you do forget. But keeping an eye on that as well. So technically, this guy, the Crusader, really isn't that good for this act right now because it's a lot of magic focus. Oh no, he is very good because it's a lot of magic focused characters. So he's getting an extra benefit where he'll have strong attacks against them, and he'll also take less damage as well. So when you're making your composition, especially as you're leveling up your account, I do think that's something to keep an eye on. Obviously, there's times where you just simply want to level up characters, which is fine. And if your Kale or your other characters are strong enough, you can get away with having somebody in your team that's you can kind of sacrifice in that sense. But so, like, for example here, if this guy happened to be this guy, a Spirit one, and this is the triangle that I'm talking about, it gives you an idea of what's powerful against what or what's weak against what. I would probably not want to use him. Like, I would probably want to use my Forest one. I just happen to have my red guy in already, so this composition is actually good to go because he's going to be buffed against this boss here, and the other two are normal, which is fine. They're obviously magic as well. All right, boss fight time. So yeah, after this, we'll buff up our guys with the artifacts. Hiya. Uh-oh, don't kill her. So one thing to also keep in mind... Oh, snap. We got a War Priest. Am I supposed to get a War Priest, or did I just get lucky there? War Priest is actually pretty good for early on. She is Spirit focused, but she has an amazing buff, and 25% increased attack buff early on. She has a solid heal. Her heal becomes AoE when you ascend her, which is kind of cool. 20%, not crazy, but it's still good. And then this is also a freeze debuff. Not too bad. I have a feeling I was supposed to get this. Okay. Okay, yeah. I don't think I got lucky here. So it sounds like that this is something you're all supposed to get. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. One thing I was going to say, though, that there's these stars as well at the top that you may notice that. So depending on how you defeat said act, it'll have the details right here. So I believe every stage is the same, but you get 1 star for just simply beating the stage. You get 2 stars if you beat the stage and nobody dies on your team, and then the 3 stars, the tougher one, you have to run 2 or fewer champions. So ideally, you're getting 2 stars when you're progressing through the game initially. You're hopefully getting 2 stars at least. If you're not getting 2 stars, maybe changing up your composition to try to make it so that one doesn't die, because that's kind of important in terms of this down here. You'll make progress on this, and this can also help you quite a bit in terms of getting you early resources. So I just got, what was that, 10,000 silver because I happen to collect 15 stars through that. I think that's new because when I created my account, like, there's these icons as well that are above that I'm noticing. So that must be new. 'Cause I don't remember this being a thing when I was playing like six weeks ago. When I was first leveling my account. That's interesting. So that's even more. Like, holy crap. Yeah, free-to-play is pretty solid. Let's... Alright, so let's go back to the Bastion and see where we're at. Okay, do I spend $5? Just kidding. This is honestly This is actually an insane value here. This is actually really good value. $5 for 500 gems and 3 ancient shards. Take part in the raid launch tournament. Oh, can I still do this? Wait. What? This is over, right? Or this is still happening. Okay. Oh, so I can still do this. Oh, interesting. So this is something else with the free-to-play account with the tournament brackets. Yeah, there is a new player. Well, I forgot about that. So interesting thing about this is that for new players, this is what's the tournament bracket where, now I don't know how repetitive this is going to be, so this might not necessarily stand up for future ones. But how it works, you earn medals as you progress on your account over in case I have 2 days to do this. So that's 1 day, 23 hours. So just under 2 days to progress this. So you earn medals just yourself by doing stuff, which includes, like, for example, if you defeat a dungeon on stage 1, you get 7 points. If you defeat it on stage 2, you get 10 points. You know, things like that. Obviously, there's the campaign locations and the specific act as well as in the difficulty, and you get points. So you'll get points as you progress throughout the game. So you'll naturally get these rewards over here, all the way up until 1,000 points for this one. However, also at the end of the 2 days, if you finish in the top 3, you get a bonus reward on top of that. Either a rare skill tome, 75 gems, or an ancient shard if you happen to be number 1. So yeah, this is really good. 4 5-star speed sets. Speed set's going to be one of the best sets that you can get even into the late game. So this is actually really cool to see. All right, so that's something that'll just naturally take place over time. So you don't need to stress on that too much, but just like these quests and stuff, keeping an eye on this tournament tab now that's over here. But I was going back to this value. Again, we're doing a free-to-play account, but I'm saying if you had $5 to spend, it's 500 gems. You look at how much it costs for 500 gems normally. It's $10 for 350 gems. So essentially it's like 12, 13 bucks for 500 gems normally in the bank. So you're already saving $10 right there just about. And then you also get 3 ancient shards and 250,000 silver. That's if I was not a free-to-play account, I would definitely snatch that up off, because that would be a great way to get a good start. Anyways, but we're not. We're free-to-play all the way. So we did finish our 1 mission. So we got those rewards, and equip a rare attack type champion with 6 offensive artifacts. So I should be able to do this with my Kale, I suppose. Rare attack, that's the only one I have, because she is not attack, right? Yeah, she's a support. So it would have to be with Kale. So what I can do here, see, this kind of sucks, because it does cost silver to remove artifacts. So the question is, damn. Let's see what I got in these. Let's see what the stats are. The weapon's not that great. The helmet's actually okay. The helmet's actually really good. Speed, attack, and accuracy. It has to be a rare champion, Kogrosh. The sniper is a common champion, so that's why it couldn't work on her for the mission. Obviously, I still want to give these items out. It's just a matter, just for the sake of damage. But for the mission, it has to be a rare champion. That's why I'm contemplating here. Crit rate gloves and crit damage, substat, and accuracy. Okay, that's actually really good. Attack percentage chest, that's solid. With speed in there at least. And then speed boots with accuracy and HP. Honestly, the attack set turned out not too bad. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it to my Kale. It actually is better. Wait, so the weapon, I could keep the weapon and the shield on. The weapon's kind of meh. The shield is, yeah, so I'm going to keep the weapon and the shield on because these are actually okay, and they're 4-star. And then I'll just put the helmet on, the gloves. So this is going to cost us some silver, unfortunately. It's going to cost us 60,000 silver to replace this, but it's worth it because, one, I get the mission done, which gives me the benefits there, as well as the stats on these happen to be pretty good. Now, again, I want to upgrade these. This I want to definitely get to level 8 because crit rate gloves is really good. And it did crit damage, nice. I'll take it. Crit damage again, okay. Ended up being pretty good. Let's go with the chest piece. What does a crown near avatar means? I don't know. I've wondered that myself, actually. Oh, it's the raid pass. That's right. Yeah, it's the raid pass. Okay. I have seen that, actually. So, yeah, here you go. You know, upgrading this gear. Obviously, you can put in this first mission right here. And, again, you can already see the decent progress I made. And the amount of energy I have, I mean, that's actually really good energy off the bat. So, I think that's a good place to wrap up the video, at least. So, there you go, guys. I mean, get started with a free-to-play account. It's as you can see, it really isn't that difficult to get a strong start off the bat. It gives you plenty of resources, plenty of options, from the quests and the missions to the tournament tab to a ton of free artifacts or gear, however you want to call it. Just take advantage of all of that. And this video itself is just over 30 minutes, and you look at what we've already received. So hopefully you guys are enjoying Raid, and if you are a free-to-play player, that's great. I am going to keep progress going. You can check me out on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/breakycpk, and I'll be doing this as a challenge of sorts to see how well I can advance on my free-to-play account. And also, if you are thinking of starting the game or you have a friend that maybe you don't want to use your own referral, that sounds kind of weird, but I do have a referral link below as well that you can check out if you do want to just try the game in general. But if you're already playing it, also subscribe to my YouTube channel because I will be creating more videos to ideally help you out, from spotlights to videos such as this